What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. I have a quick conversation. Well, maybe it'll be quick for you today about something that I've been thinking about over the past week or so about what for me was just compelling enough evidence that the God of the Bible is not something that I have to worry about in reality, or that Christianity itself is not something that I should even concern myself with. And so I kind of want to share some of those thoughts with you here over the next few minutes. So, of course, before we jump in, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that alert notification bell. Consider joining our community either on Patreon, Discord, or YouTube right here. And consider volunteering and all of that great stuff. If you need access to those links, I encourage you to go check out any of our Sunday sessions videos, and all of our links will be there. Okay, so let's kind of jump into this. Let me get my little thing set up here so we can just kind of talk through this for a moment. One of the most compelling arguments against the truth claims of Christianity is the observable behavior of both Christians and, by contrast, non-believers. The inconsistency between the expected divine influence on Christians and the actual conduct of both Christians and non-believers raises significant questions about the controlling power attributed to both God and the devil according to Christian doctrine. So, the first place that I'd kind of like to focus this point in or hone it in on a little bit is that Christians are not controlled by God. Just overwhelmingly, I don't think we've ever found one that was controlled by God. Despite the belief that Christians are guided and controlled by an all powerful and benevolent God, their actions often contradict this expectation. Here are some key behaviors that illustrate this point. Let's start with an easy one: lying, you know, which those are actually, it's so easy to catch a believer lying till it's pathetic because a major part of their relationship, and this is actually the sad part. I said pathetic, and what I really meant there is empathetic. This is the sad part right here, because the for most believers, their entire relationship with God is a lie, one that they have to reinforce by lying to themselves and lying to others. Um, yeah. Number one, like exhibit A, anytime somebody says, God told me to tell you, that's a lie. All right. So, also violence. We've not seen this God do anything to keep his people from committing violence. Christians are not prevented from committing acts of violence. History and current events provide numerous examples of Christians engaging in wars, physical assaults, and other forms of violence. But then there's also manipulation. Manipulative behaviors are not uncommon among Christians, despite teachings that emphasize integrity and respect for others, especially when you actually begin to explore the role of many pastors, bishops, apostles, prophets, evangelists, and teachers. You find quite a bit of manipulative behavior. But then we see this manipulative behavior also overflow into our political candidates when someone pretends to be a good Bible believing Christian while not even being able to accurately say the scriptures. It's very interesting. 2 Chronicles. All right. Yeah, I'm just saying. Also, can't forget this one: colonizing. The history of colonialism is replete with Christian involvement, where the spread of Christianity was often accompanied by the exploitation and oppression of indigenous people. Then, of course, we've seen legislation. Where Christians in political power often legislate in ways that do not reflect compassionate or just principles of their faith. Instead, legislation can be biased, discriminatory, and self-serving. It's very interesting, isn't it? And by the way, with all of the ugly things that exist in the Bible, and there are quite a few ugly things in the Bible, there are no commands to go out and make other people abide by the laws that you abide by. There are simply commands to separate yourself from those people until you want their land. And then all of a sudden, there's laws about killing them, not about forcing them to abide by your laws, just killing them. Just wanted to point that out. And so the big point here with this one is from individuals to large groups, Christians are often witnessed behaving in ways that suggest that God is 100% incapable of controlling his own followers, dare I say, children. This raises questions about the supposed transformative power of Christian faith or the divine involvement of any associated deity. Now, for most reasonable people, that would be enough. But see, there's another argument, and this is perhaps the biggest argument and the one that is overlooked. Why many people turn to this faith, why many people turn to the solicitation of salvation, is because they believe that they are incapable of having these things that are apparently only available to those who are in God's will. So the problem with that becomes is that non-believers are not controlled by the devil. So in the same way that Christians are not controlled by, God, non-believers are not controlled by the devil. Contrary to the belief that non-believers are under the influence of the devil and prone to immoral behavior, many non-believers exhibit commendable qualities and contribute positively to society, which means that the devil is just as powerless in his job as God is in his. Here are some positive behaviors commonly observed among non-believers. Number one, charity. We're a charitable group. Non-believers often engage in charitable activities, donating their time, their money, and resources to help those in need. Love. Acts of love and compassion are prevalent among non-believers who build strong, supportive relationships and communities, i.e., Houston Oasis, Sunday Assembly, Recovering from Religion, Freedom from Religion, Black non-believers, the Atheist Community of Austin. Peace. Many non-believers advocate for and practice peaceful coexistence, often working towards conflict resolution and harmony. I remember talking to a former member of my church after I had deconstructed and deconverted, though I had not shared that little tidbit with them, telling them why I wasn't necessarily comfortable promoting, such and such in a political position. And they said, why? And I was like, just this propensity towards war. It really concerns me. We know a lot more now. I don't know why we're still doing these old things. And her response was, well, God gave the children of Israel position to cause war and to go in and slaughter them all. And again, this is why if you haven't watched the video I did on Christian nationalism, go watch it. It's kind of baked in. But peace, prosperity, non-believers contribute to economic growth and innovation, helping to create prosperity and improve the quality of life for many. You'd be surprised how many of people who have contributed to the greatest economic surpluses that we've had historically were non-believers. Equity. The purpose of fairness and justice, or the pursuit of fairness and justice, is a common value among non-believers who often work towards reducing inequality and ensuring equal opportunities for all, which also leads us to diversity. Non-believers typically embrace diversity, fostering inclusive environments that celebrate differences in culture, race, gender, and thought. Well, it actually goes a step beyond that. Not only do non-believers tend to embrace diversity, they tend to champion diversity and inclusivity, specifically in the workplace. You know, so the observable behavior of Christians and non believers challenges the claims of divine control and influence asserted by Christianity or any other type of otherworldly control for that matter. Christians are not immune to unethical behavior, and non believers are not inherently wicked or predisposed to wickedness. The inconsistency calls into question the validity of the core tenets of Christianity regarding divine guidance and control. If, in fact, non believers are capable of having love, peace, prosperity, and being able to love their neighbors without having somebody to have to die on the cross for them to agree to do so, then what need is there for a Holy Spirit or fruits of the Spirit? Because all of these things seem to be just fruit of humanity, of our human existence. It suggests that moral behavior is more likely influenced by human values, societal norms, and individual choices rather than any type of divine intervention. And ultimately, in that with or without religion, people are people. Those are my few minutes. Dang, I got this done in under 10 minutes. Oh, this is going to be great. This might be a quick chat. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I love you all so much. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that alert notification bell. Please share this video with someone who needs it and make sure to comment on it to keep that algorithm growing. And also, we're always accepting new patrons. Join us over there. I am doing my best to get more and more active. We have some volunteer roles. Go back through the video and get in where you fit in, player. I love y'all so much. Have a great one. Until next time, keep rising, stay progressive, and stay beautiful. I'll holla.